The psychological reconstruction of Iran, from authoritarianism to democratic culture. Article 6. Equality between women and men, ending gender authoritarianism. No society can be free, healthy, or democratic while half of its citizens are denied equal rights and opportunities because of their gender. Equality is not merely a legal or political principle, it is essential to psychological well-being, family stability, social trust, and sustainable development. When gender inequality is accepted as normal, a culture of domination extends from politics into family life and everyday relationships, sustaining authoritarian values. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights affirms that all people are born free and equal in dignity and rights, without discrimination based on sex. Equality before the law, equal participation in public life, and equal access to work are fundamental rights that also nurture self-esteem, security, and psychological autonomy. Gender discrimination is more than a legal issue, it is a psychological experience. Girls raised to believe they are less capable or must always obey may lose confidence in their own judgment. Restrictions on education, employment, personal choice, and social participation communicate that their aspirations matter less, increasing the risk of anxiety, depression, helplessness, and low self-worth. Patriarchy also harms men. Boys taught to suppress vulnerability and constantly display strength often struggle with loneliness, emotional exhaustion, aggression, and difficulties in forming healthy relationships. Although patriarchy appears to privilege men, it also limits their emotional freedom and personal growth. Equality does not mean that women and men are identical. It means equal dignity, equal opportunities, and the freedom for every individual to develop their abilities. Its greatest psychological benefit is autonomy, the ability to make independent decisions and express oneself without fear of domination. Healthy families are built on mutual respect and shared responsibility. Children raised in such environments learn empathy and cooperation, while those exposed to domination often reproduce the same patterns later in life. Patriarchy is therefore not simply an individual attitude, but a cultural cycle passed from one generation to the next. Patriarchal thinking is rooted in centuries of tradition, education, power structures, and, at times, cultural, religious, or ideological interpretations that portray inequality as natural. As these beliefs become internalized, they are transmitted not only by men, but also, often unintentionally, by women, making inequality appear normal rather than unjust. This mindset gradually shapes language, customs, laws, family life, and the division of responsibilities. When supported by religious or ideological interpretations, it becomes even harder to challenge, because criticism of inequality is often mistaken for an attack on religion or culture. It is therefore essential to distinguish genuine faith from the misuse of religion to justify domination and discrimination. Excluding women from equal opportunities deprives society of a significant share of its human potential. Equal participation in education, science, the economy, culture, leadership, and politics strengthens public trust, improves decision-making, and promotes national development. Women's participation is not a privilege granted by governments or by men, but a fundamental human right. Equality, however, cannot be achieved through legislation alone. Lasting change requires educational reform, human rights education, gender-inclusive parenting, responsible media, and real opportunities for women to participate fully in society. Families, schools, universities, civil society, the media, and public institutions must work toward the same goal. The struggle against patriarchy should never become a struggle between women and men. Its purpose is to free both sexes from restrictive roles and encourage relationships based on dignity, equality, and mutual respect. This transformation depends on education, dialogue, and the courage to question discriminatory traditions. Iran's psychological and social reconstruction will begin only when girls and boys grow up knowing that human worth is never determined by gender. No enduring democracy can exist without equality between women and men. Ending gender authoritarianism is therefore not only a victory for women, it also liberates men, strengthens families, empowers future generations, and marks an essential step toward a free, just, and democratic Iran. Mahmoud Ashkanian, neuropsychiatrist, PhD.